Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zone around the world and across the country. It's Thursday, it's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday, 1 a.m. in London town and 9 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk Back Live. And my name is Frank Allan, and we're here every Thursday at this time. We bring you great conversation, great news, and of course, you can be part of the program because that's the purpose of the show. We reel you in each week, and we throw out a topic. Of course, we're going to make sure that you get your topic in. If you want to talk about something, it's very simple. All you have to do is just chime in, and I'll see you right there on the big screen, and I will acknowledge you, and we can get things rolling. Thank you so much for being along with us. As I said, here every Thursday, and we're going to be here for the next hour. And I hope that you stay with us and join us as you do each week. And I want you to sit back, relax, and cool off like I am. Enjoy the show. Oh boy, what a delight to be here today. And it's Thursday already. I can't believe how the time really goes so fast. And of course, we're going to make sure that this time is worth it. We're going to have a lot of fun and just sit back and relax. So remember, you're part of the show too. Thank you so much for being along. Now, later on in the program, Brian Camp is going to be along with us with the latest developments in today's world of sports. He calls it Sports Update, and he's going to come around, and we're going to have a lot to talk about. He's going to talk about the games that have been played already, and of course the All-Star break that they had. We'll talk about that. I didn't get a chance to see it, so I'm going to depend on him to keep me up to date with that. All I know is that I just didn't like the uniforms they wore. That's all I know, but we're going to talk more about that later. Also, later on in the program, I'm going to give you updates on, of course, the classic movies that you so much enjoy. We'll give you my picks of the week. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. So there you have it. I want to take time to say hello to all of my friends there on Facebook and also on YouTube. We simulcast each week on those two stations. And whatever you want to talk about, all you have to just chime in. All of you YouTube, thank you guys for being along with us. And if you don't catch us on one, you can always catch us on the other. A little perspiration right there. You can always catch us on the other. So please keep that in mind. And if it's your first time being with us, don't make it your last time. Always join us each week. Make it your weekly habit. Oh boy, we got so much to talk about today. I've got, the other things to talk about. But first, as we get along, we start the show each week by that little hand clap, right? We give that hand clap each week for each and every one. That hand clap is for you too, all right? Because you took time to follow us and follow us on the show and be part of us. So that hand clap is for you. That hand clap is also for all of the people who have been with us for the whole 9 yards as we went along this pandemic. And I'm talking about the doctors, the lawyers, the nurses, the first responders, like all of the firefighters and the police officers who's been around all of this time, making sure that we're all safe. And of course, although the pandemic is subsiding and we're doing well with it, we still have a long way to go, but it's still here. So we want to make sure that you understand that. People who have been able to go and get vaccinated, of course, we really appreciate that you do that because it's very important. Now, I have information on how you can get your vaccination if you haven't got yours yet. And we hope that you do. I keep pushing the issue because there's a lot of people who don't want to get vaccinated for whatever reason. It could be personal, it could be medical, and it could be religious, whatever. But even though I still urge everybody to get it, it's the safe way to rectify this whole thing, this whole situation, and make sure that everybody's clean and safe and ready to just to get out there and get back to normal again. And again, those of you who haven't taken it, we urge you to continue the precautionary measures of making sure that you stay 6 feet from your neighbor and wear your mask, continue to wear your mask. And even if you are vaccinated, you go to public places that require it, please do that because there are some certain places that you still have to go and they may have the sign on the door before you even enter to let you know that, please, you know something, we need you to wear your mask. Please don't give them a hard time about that. Wear your mask, carry it with you. Even if you're vaccinated, carry it with you at all times. I've been watching people right through this whole thing ever since this subsiding of the pandemic, I've been watching people wearing their masks, still wearing their masks. Some people who don't wear their masks, I could see them in their pockets. Men walking down with masks in their pockets. I see women, carrying them on their wrist like this, or maybe wrapped around their arms. The joggers, they wrap them around their arms. And so when they get to places where they really need it, they'll be prepared to do it. Now, if you're going to take mass transit wherever you are in the country or around the world, of course, you're going to need your mask as well, because they're going to say to you, you can't ride the bus or you can't ride the subway unless you have your mask. They'll tell you that. And here in New York City, we have signs that will let you know right off jump that you need to wear a mask. They have the signs on the bus, the electronic signs as the bus come in. It gives you the destination sign, and then it keeps switching, and it says mask required. And so that just reminds you. That's just a good reminder that when you see it, you forget about it. Because sometimes I forget. I'm walking and I'm waiting at the bus stop, and when I see that sign, I say, "Oh, I got to pull it out of my pocket and put it on." So that's what I do. So, and if you're flying, of course, you're going to wear your mask. They're going to ask you to do that too. Now, I'm pretty sure you heard about the story about the lady who took a cruise, and they had to take her off the ship because she tested, according to them, positive for coronavirus. She claims that she wasn't positive, that she was negative, and boy, she made a big ruckus about it. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it went viral, and you can check it out for yourself. So, we're not over with this thing yet, and this lady, at least being honest about it, saying that she wasn't vaccinated. She wasn't vaccinated, but she didn't have the virus, according to her. Okay, but if you're upfront and honest, say, hey, something, I want to go on this cruise, but I'm not vaccinated. And I'm pretty sure they have accommodations for people who are not vaccinated, because no one wants to get sick. We want to make sure that if you go on a cruise, which they are fun, they're fun to be on. Those cruises are fun to be on. You go on those cruises and you want to have a good time, and you want to make sure that everybody is safe. So that's why I always push the vaccination issue. And again, some people haven't gotten it. Please, it's very easy. And for most cases right now, you don't have to have an appointment. Maybe there are some places where you do, but for the most part, a lot of times you can just walk right in there and just say, I want to be vaccinated, and you can get vaccinated. Of course, they already have 3 vaccines on the market. They have J&J, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and Pfizer. J&J, of course, that's a one-shot deal. Pfizer and Moderna, that's a 2-shot deal. And once you get fully vaccinated, then you can join the crowd of the maskless people who walk around just free and just want to be at least halfway normal. Now, everything is sort of getting back to normal, and I feel good about what I see right now. People are wearing their masks, but there are the stadiums, baseball stadiums are being filled up, and wrestling conventions and things like that. Conventions and wrestling matches are back. They're bringing back the people that are no longer using the TV sets or the TV grams or whatever you want to call them. They're no longer using that. They're back on track, and everything is back to normal. And that's what I like to see. But we still have a lot of work to do, and we still have a long way to go. So please, ladies and gentlemen, if you're under the sound of my voice, if you're watching this show right now, please, think about it. Think about vaccination. Now, a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure you saw the news, and some people are saying about people are going door to door to get vaccinated. Some people make a big thing out of nothing. When they say they're going door to door, they're not telling you you're going to get vaccinated whether you like it or not. They just want to go door to door just to encourage you. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. They're saying, we're losing our freedom. They're trying to force this vaccine on us, and we're not about it. No one is trying to force anything. All they're doing, if they're going door to door, is just to remind you, hey, it's available, and we encourage you to do that. And that's about it. I don't know anybody that was forced to take vaccinations, and I don't know a person that was forced to do that against their will. I don't know a person. They're not doing that. And so when you get all of these misinformations about people saying, well, they're knocking on my door and they want to take away my freedom. No, it's not about taking away your freedom. You see, you're making a big thing out of it. You're making a big thing. You don't want to get vaccinated. Don't get vaccinated. You knock on your door, someone knocks on your door, don't open your door. And even if you open your door, you say, no, I'm not interested. That's the end of it. They're not going to put their foot in your door, and they're not going to try to force their way into your apartment or your house. They just want to remind you that it's available for you. And if you haven't taken it, please think about it and do it. And they walk on their way. Simple as that. And I hate these lies and these conspiracy theories. They're out of hand. They're out of control. No one is trying to force you. So keep that in mind. We're only asking you. I'm only pushing you. I'm not going to come to your house, and I'm not going to make you do anything. I'm just pushing the idea. It's available to you, and if you possibly can, take it. It's safe. Now, I have information on how you can get yours. It's 11 minutes past the hour right now. You go up there, if you're watching Facebook, right, you go up there on this area right there up there, and you can see that's the subject area. It has all the information, as you can see, the name of the show, today's date, and down right underneath that, you have what they call COVID-19 test. It's the same thing for those of you who are watching us on YouTube. And on YouTube, you look into the chat area way at the top, the beginning of the chat area, way at the top. The same information I'm telling you, it's right there as well. And all you have to do is apply yourself. Now, that vaccine number, that COVID-19 number, as you can see, I'll say it anyway, it's going to be there, and it's going to be there even after the show. And then when the show is over, of course, people who don't get to see the show in real time, of course, they'll come back and they'll see, watch the rerun. And it will be there for their convenience. Number is 718-638-7682. Okay, and that number is a New York number, but I'm pretty sure if you dial that number, it will take you places. You have questions about COVID-19 and you want to know more about it, you can get educated through that. They can give you the information that you need. They can give you information on where to go to get vaccinated. But I'm pretty sure wherever you are around the world, in your area, your local area, you have local numbers that you can do that. It all takes a matter of Googling it. Or maybe you have websites, of course, that will tell you where to go to get vaccinated. You can go to any pharmacist. You can go to your doctor. They may have a supply of the vaccine, and you can take it there. The hospitals, you can go to a hospital. Hospitals are giving them out. You can go there to your local hospitals. Just call. All it takes is just to make the phone call and find out where it is. Now, if you're living in New York City, of course, we have a number called 911 that will get you connected to New York City. No matter what you do, where you go, you have information to get you there. You want to know where the top acts are, or the plays, and which they're all open now. They're opening up in the fall or whatever. You want to know how to get the Yankee Stadium or Citi Field, or the best restaurants, the best bars, or anything like that, where you can eat outdoors and just have a good time. It has all that information. It even gives you information on how to get to these places, and so forth and so on. That number also will give you information on if you have a complaint about anything concerning New York. You can complain about it, and they can help you out. They can give you information on what to do. If you have information, let's say there's a pothole in the street, you need it fixed. You heard about in New York City, all of you in New York City, in the at the Upper East Side of the city today, there was a big sinkhole in the street. I kid you not, the size of, I don't know, of a car, the length of a car, and it was sinkhole. And there was one, the cars collapsed into the sinkholes, So things like that, they could be, if they don't know about it and you see it, and they can tell you right away, we're going to come out and fix it right away. And they're right on top of it. So you can do that. It gives you that information. Of course, not to mention, they can give you information on where to get the COVID test. if you need it. Of course, a lot of people are still taking that. They want to do that, and I urge people who haven't been vaccinated yet to do that. Get the test, right? Get the test. Make sure you stay on top of everything. If you're not vaccinated, at least get that. You know, they can give you information on where to go to get vaccinated. All kinds of information and all kinds of websites. I have a website here. That's a New York connected website. It's NYC vaccinelist.com. That's nycvaccinelist.com. It gives you a whole information on where to go to get vaccinated. So please, it's very important. It's important to me as it should be to you to get vaccinated. Okay, as we move along, you heard about the Nabisco plan. You like those cookies, right? You like that? You like those Oreos, those Fig Newtons, and all of that? Well, some information came down the pike today, starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, right? The plant in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, the Nabisco plant in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, is going to close up shop. They're closing forever. People are losing their jobs, and they have to find other jobs. So they're going to make their very last batch tomorrow of the Oreos and the Fig Newtons and all the other Nabisco products that you like. They're making their last batch, but they do have other plants elsewhere. So I don't think it's going to totally go out of business. It's that this particular plant is going to be closing down now. How are they going to get Oreos and Fig Newtons to you? I don't know how that's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to go out of business, you know. But they've been there 62 years. After 62 years, they're shutting down, and that's about it. So keep that in mind. I love those Oreo cookies, and well, I don't eat them anymore. I used to eat them a lot when I was a kid, and those Fig Newtons, I love those. They were one of my favorite Oreo products. The Nabisco products, Oreos, Fig Newtons, and all kinds of different cakes. I used to love that. I used to love that. So the plant is going out of business. That's the Nabisco plant, and that's in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Fair Lawn, New Jersey, and they're shutting down tomorrow. Okay, may we have a little silence at this time for them. May they rest in peace. Okay, so we'll get back to Nabisco. I'm pretty sure if I have any more information about how they're going to get Nabisco where you are, I don't know. Or they have them in other places. They're talking about even sending Nabisco out of the country. Okay, not too fond of that. But as long as they get Nabisco products to all of you who love the that they have, as long as they do that, I'm pretty sure everything will be all right. Okay, it's 18 minutes past the hour right now. Brian Camp will be along in just a few, and he's going to bring you the latest developments in today's world of sports and that sports update, and all kinds of things are happening. And so we thank you for being along with us and just taking it easy, And that's exactly what we're going to do. I want to continue to say hi to all of you guys out there. I see more people are coming in, so I just want to wave to you guys at Facebook, and I see more people there. I see them there right there on YouTube. There are more people. They're all here. And we've got it going. So we see what's happening. We're going to go down, and there's something I want to do. First of all, I want to check out a little something here to make sure that I got to monitor something here. We always try to monitor things, and let's see. Let me monitor this. I'm trying to monitor here. Okay, so yeah, we're on the air. We're on the air. I think, yeah. Yeah, we're on the air. I was just wondering because sometimes, technical problems happen, but I see that we are on the air. I just monitored the actual return, so we are definitely on the air. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. My name is Frank Allan, and we're here, as I said, every Thursday, and we come into your homes, your offices, or wherever you watch this. And if you're watching it walking down the street on your cell phone or your iPads or whatever source that you use to watch us, Uh, we definitely appreciate your company, appreciate you being around us. It's 20 minutes past the hour right now, and we're still waiting around for Brian Camp. Maybe he got stuck in one of those New York potholes because that's where he is, you know. He's in New York. He's in New York, so it's a little harder to get around sometimes. You know, New York, they have all of these delays and whatnot. So we got to find out where he is. But I'm pretty sure he'll call. He always calls, and we'll see when he gets here. That phone should be lighting up pretty soon. Uh, Thank you, guys. More people. Okay. Hello, guys. How are you? Thanks for joining us here. And just in case, again, as I always say, if you're just joining us for the first time, don't make it your last time. Make it your weekly habit. We're here every Thursday, and all of our times is on Eastern time. And of course, we always have information for you. If you want to join in on conversation, you want to create a conversation. If there's something you want to talk about, I don't care what it is. You know, we can talk about the coronavirus more if you want to talk about that. Talk about Nabisco. You know, I don't know. You guys like Nabisco, all of that, all of those things. You know, you want to talk about all of that, please feel free, and we'll get around to that. Again, as we move along, we've got that information I want to tell you about the movies, those classic movies that I always tell you about. You know, my picks that are coming up. My picks of the week of all of the classic movies that's coming up, and also later on, I will also give you this day in history. So we always do that. That we always cover all of those things for you, and make sure you get that. And if Brian doesn't get here pretty soon, maybe we'll start that a little early until he gets here, and then we'll do that. It's 22 minutes past the hour right now, right here on Talkback Live, and we're making sure that everybody's well and safe and happy, and keeping all of those children in the hospitals who have developed the coronavirus. We want to make sure they get well, get them out of there. As you already know, now it's confirmed that young people get it. It was a fact that, well, not too much of a fact, but they always said that earlier, that you know that young people don't get it, or young people can get it. Anybody can get it. You're a human being, and you can get it. It all happens. So there you go. Uh, let's see. Okay, just wanted to see if the phones were operating pretty well, and I see they are. So I thought maybe we had a phone problem. Brian is late. He is really late. It's 23 minutes past the hour right here on Talkback Live. Well, I might as well break it and tell you about this, at least while we're waiting. If you haven't checked out my show, I have a show, a podcast, which of course is a little behind right now, but we'll get back into stream of it. But it's out there. It's a show called The Blue Cafe. The Blue Cafe, I do interviews of people of notoriety, and people in music, and people, authors, or whatever, and newsmakers. And you can go onto the website if you on Facebook, and if you're on YouTube. Of course, you already know where to go to see that information, because all the information I told you about is right there. You have information on what I have for the information that I just gave you. Right. Okay. So you got all of that information up there. You have my email address, my telephone number, all of that, which, by the way, you're welcome to use that at any time you like. You know, you can use that at any time you like to get in touch with me. If you have any comments or questions, or you just want to say hi, it's always there for you. And you can contact us anytime you like. Okay. Now, underneath that, at the very bottom, it says the Blue Cafe. And underneath that, you can see there's a link, a direct link that will take you right to the website, and it has 3 interviews that I did so far. I did one with Bobby Rydell, who was the 60s idol of his time, and Jimmy Clanton, who was the 50s idol at his time, and Bobby Wilson, who's the son of Jackie Wilson, who is now the idol today of his time. And I did those interviews like early. They're still there for you to enjoy. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, they're still there. Go check them out, and we hope that you do. But in the meantime, we're going to be waiting on some more interviews. We're going to be doing a few more. We're backlogged. We're way behind. But we will get there, and when new ones come out, we will definitely inform you about that and make sure that you get it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna move on. Brian didn't get here yet, so we're gonna keep the show moving. Let's see. What should we do? We're going to, yeah, we're going to get a little early start. We're going to give a little early jump on this thing here. Uh, we're going to talk about on this day in history. Let's talk about that. Huh? Let's get that going right there. Right there. Okay, here we go. On this day in history, 1923, the Italian Parliament accepts new constitution. On this day in history, in 1932, U.S. President Herbert Hoover cuts his own salary by 15%. In 1948, Alcoholics Anonymous was founded in Britain. In 1948, U.S. President Harry Truman was nominated for another term in Philadelphia. In 1949, Miss Liberty opens at the Imperial Theater in New York City for only 308 performances. On this day in history, 1949, WBTV Television, Channel 3 in Charlotte, North Carolina, a CBS station, begins its broadcast. In 1952, the first transatlantic helicopter flight begins. In 1958, Dwight Eisenhower, our president at that time, sends U.S. troops to Lebanon for 3 months. In 1960, Chubby Checker released his version of The Twist in the U.S. In 1961, Spain accepts equal rights for men and women. On this day in history, 1964, Barry M. Goldwater was nominated for president by the Republicans. In 1968, One Life to Live, American soap opera, which is no longer around, premieres on TV. In 1968, commercial air travel begins between U.S. and the USSR. In 1971, President Nixon, and let me make this perfectly clear, President Nixon announces he will visit the People's Republic of China. In 1972, Hunky Chateau becomes Elton John's first #1 album in the U.S., includes Rocket Man. That's another big hit. 1983, film version of The Pirates of Penzance, along with that starred Kevin Kline, Angela Lansbury, and Linda Ronstadt, premieres in the U.S. On this day in history, in 1987, Boy George, of course, of Culture Club, was barred from British TV. He may have been had a bad influence for whatever reason. They don't say what the bad influence was, but he was barred then. In 1988, the movie Die Hard, directed by John McTiernan, and it starred Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman, is released in the U.S. On this day in history, in 1992, Pope John II was hospitalized for 3 weeks to have a tumor removed. On this day in history, in the year 2005, Wedding Crashes, that was the name of it, Wedding Crashes, starring Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, that premiered. Linda Ronstadt is celebrating a birthday today, right? She was born on this day in 1946, and she was born in Tucson, Arizona. Linda Ronstadt, we really miss her. Of course, you already know that she retired for medical reasons, but we really miss her, and her music lives on. So happy birthday to Linda Ronstadt. Also having a birthday today, actor Forrest Whitaker. He celebrates one today. He was born in 1961 in Longview, Texas. He's 59 today. Also, model Kim Alexis, born on this day in 1960 in Lockport, New York. She's 60 years old today. In 1965, actress Joan Rivers, she got married to TV producer Edgar Rosenberg. You heard about the story, he committed suicide. That was his demise. And let's see, the year 2006, singer, songwriter Avril Lavigne. She gets married to Sum 41. That's Sum 41. That's a group, the lead singer and the guitarist, Derek Wilbury. And that took place at a private estate in Montecito, California. On this day in history, and it's history being made, 1996, Prince Charles and Princess Diana signed their divorce papers. I remember when they got married. That was such a classy wedding. In the year 2016, which wasn't long ago, remember actress Gwyneth Paltrow and singer Chris Martin divorced after 12 years of marriage. And so you're there, you have it all right there, all of that information for you. And it's all right there, all of the day of history. So we thank you for that. And there you go. That's this day in history on this Thursday. And it's the 15th of July. And if you know of anything in history that we should talk about, please let us know. We'll be glad to talk about it and get that information out to you. I'm not sure what's happening with Brian Kemp. I'm pretty sure there's a good reason. He didn't phone in yet, and we're still waiting around for him. And so we'll see what happens. Okay. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. My name is Frank Allan, and we're with you every Thursday at this time. And we're on the air every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's right here on Facebook. And of course, it's also here on YouTube. We simulcast each week. So if you can't get us on one, you could also get us on the other. And we're always glad to have you. If there's something like you want to talk about or you want to convey to us, please let us know. Please let us know. Give us the information, and we will definitely get you going. Let's see. Maybe, let me see. Hopefully, we're not having any signal problems here. I think we are having signal problems. Are we? Yeah, I think we're having a signal problem here. I don't think we're on the air for whatever reason. I'm not sure. We're not on the air. Are we on the air? Yeah, we're on the air. There we go. We're on the air. Okay. I'm only thinking that. I'm thinking maybe everybody else is here, and I'm thinking maybe Brian is thinking that we're not on the air. Maybe he's having a problem with his signal or something. Then again, no, he's not. Because guess what? He just rang the phone, and we got to find out what happened. We got to find out what happened with Brian. Anyway, he's got the latest developments in today's world of sports. Man.
Sorry about that.
We thought you fell in the in a manhole or one of those what do you call one of those earth sinks, because we had a couple of them in New York today. I don't know if you know about it. I know you're in New York now. But
I heard about that. Yeah. No, it wasn't that. It's just I had a little crisis with the fish tank back at home. My neighbor was calling me and telling me that I had a couple of fatalities, and so that's what was driving me a little crazy and everything.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, some of the fish has lost their lives. It's every so often you get a pandemic inside the tank. You know, so there can be like a virus that we're going through. But there's a virus sometimes in the fish tank. Sometimes you get a dead fish that affects the whole tank, and so
how many passed?
I'm trying to operate while I'm here in Uniondale, New York, and Long Island. So
how many died?
So far 3.
Wow.
And 1 died before I left. So
wow.
But I have my neighbors there looking out over the fish tank every day and every night to feed them.
Wow. Well, my condolences.
Yeah, you got to go sometime. So, but everything's okay. But good evening to everybody. Good evening to all that out there who's watching. And it's good to be here. It's 79 degrees out here at Uniondale, Long Island. Beautiful day, hot, humid, but it was very, very nice as well. Yes, I am speaking to you from New York, out here in Long Island. Right across the street from the Nassau Coliseum, where the New York Islanders play their hockey games, and where the New York Nets used to play their basketball games, but now they're in Brooklyn. But let me get to some sports here very quickly. We have the football. The Atlanta Falcons terminate linebacker Baracus Mingo. Now, he was released by the Atlanta Falcons, charge of indecency with a child sexual conduct. And he's been released by the team. Nothing is definite. And, of course, you're innocent until proven guilty. But it was the police said he was arrested last Thursday, on a second degree felony charge, which carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. So after being made aware of the allegations involved, um, they are still gathering more evidence, and we're going to wait and see in the upcoming days or so. But right now, they had released him, and he's no longer has a football contract. Speaking of football, um, quarterback Richard Sherman is in custody, but I just found out that he's been released from um, what is called a arrest of in-laws. Did some burglary. He burglarized his in-laws' home and was in a car accident. But he was released, and right now, he's being charged with domestic violence after the arrest. His wife's parents, residents in Redmond, Washington, where he used to play football for the Seattle Seahawks. So, the story is kind of shaky, iffy, and everything. So we don't know what else to expect right now. All the details are still coming in.
Yeah, I heard that call today. His wife. I heard it on TV today
Yeah,
when she called in.
yeah.
Yeah.
In baseball, the Yankees and the Red Sox have been postponed due to COVID-19 allegations against some of the members of the Yankees, I believe. I think the Yankees or the Red Sox, but that game has been postponed due to that. They got to go through certain protocols to find out if members of the organizations that's been affected. So this virus is still far from over. It's important that you get your shot, get vaccinated. I don't usually promote this, but this is serious because we got a new virus that's along the way. So you gotta get your shots, and we gotta do better. Some of y'all missed the All-Star game. The American League beat the National League 5-2. That was on Tuesday. That was the Midsummer Classic between the National League and the American League. Tokyo, Japan got what they're saying is that they got more restrictions now where the virus is coming in. So there's been a 6-month high of a rise of the virus. So this is not the first, second, or third time. This has been around the fourth time, the fourth state of emergency that they have begun this past Monday. As you know, the Olympics starts July 23rd. So gotta be careful. Wear your mask, get your shots. I don't usually promote it because I don't want to tell people what they should do, what they should not do, but people are dying. If you're already vaccinated, you're 99% secure and safe. You could still get the virus, but won't get hospitalized or else it could be fatal. So it's important that we follow all precautions and follow all the rules and regulations so we all could be safe. Um, this day in sports, 1912, American athlete Jim Thorpe is placed on top of the floor in all 10 events for an Olympic record of 8,413 points to win the decathlon gold medal at Stockholm Olympics. His medals were stripped in 1913 because he played professional baseball, but reinstated back in 1982. Jim Thorpe is like I said, many is considered the greatest athlete in the world, won many medals and played in various different sports. So he's really being rewarded, and I'm glad that he's being reinstated back where he could get his medal. In 1973, Nolan Ryan second no-hitter beats the Detroit Tigers 6-0. 1973, Willie McCovey becomes the 15th to hit 400 home runs. That's a milestone. That was back in 1973. More and more athletes or hitters are hitting that plateau without a problem. Baseball records in 1980, Johnny Bench hit his 314th career home run as a catcher, which breaks the record of Yogi Berra, Yankee former great. So he holds that record now. And also in 1986, Roger Clemens was an All-Star MVP for the Fall Classic. Going down the line here, point of interest in 2005 after the decline of monthly remain with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, Mike Babcock is named the head coach of the Detroit Red Wings. So congratulations to him. 2017, Wimbledon women's tennis great Gabrielle Muguruza of Spain beats Venus Williams 7-5, 6-love to capture a second Grand Slam event title. And then today in birthdays we got Kim Alexis, 1960. Kim Alexis, the American supermodel, Sports Illustrated Super Slim cover, an actress was born in Lockport, New York. Yes, as a supermodel, that is part of sports because every February they have Sports Illustrated comes out with the swimwear set of the women wearing the swimsuits. That's where a lot of men gather up their money and they make sure that they buy that issue. They don't buy any other issue of Sports Illustrated, but for that yearly February month, that's what they do. They buy the swimsuit set so that they could just see all the beautiful girls that's out there. In 225, wedding of interest, heavyweight champion, boxing champion Lennox Lewis, 39, wed Miss Jamaica runner-up Violet Chang at William Nick Memorial Baptist Church in Southwark, Jamaica. So, and that's it. That's sports. And catch your NBA finals. It's getting close, 2-2. Game 5 starts Saturday. So check your local listings. Let's see what we could come up with the NBA. The NBA is fast and furious. But Game 5 will be at Phoenix on Saturday.
You know, I didn't see that All-Star game.
You saw it?
No, I didn't. Did you?
People didn't see it because ratings are so bad now in Major League Baseball. They're trying their best to bring back the fans. At one point, I forgot it was on. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And what the NBA did was they pushed the game back to Game 4 on Wednesday, so it won't collide with the ratings with Major League Baseball. And even with that, Major League Baseball ratings was not as high at all. Now, no official ratings came out yet with the Nielsen ratings. Did not come out yet, but Major League Baseball is at a low with the PEDs and the foreign substance. So they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they're having a tough time with it right now. They're trying to bring the fans back to the ballpark, but with the pandemic and what's going on, it's just not working out right now.
Well, listen, I'm just hoping that it gets back. But speaking about that All-Star game, I didn't like one thing I didn't like. You see those uniforms?
Yeah.
Couldn't stand those uniforms. I did. It was just something about those uniforms that didn't even look major league. Looked like some high school teams.
Yeah, back in the days, they used to wear your own team uniforms. And the only difference is that if you're a home team in a National League park, then whoever's on the All-Star team for the National League will be, they wear the home uniforms of their respective teams. And for the American League, if they're on the road, then they wear the road uniforms, which is usually not the bright ones, but they usually wear the dull road colors. But Yeah, the uniforms in recent years have been looking really shabby and horrible.
This is where this is where we are.
Yep,
It gets
really
lower
are.
and lower. I don't know. You were talking about earlier about the we were on the subject about the virus, and you know the thing in some places the virus is kind of making a comeback, and it's because of the Delta variant virus.
Yeah,
And no one is talking about that too much, but it's the Delta variant virus that's coming back, and that's like also it's not as strong as COVID-19, but still,
but
people,
it's more contagious.
yeah.
It's more contagious. Yeah,
And so all of us still have to worry about that. We still have to, even if you're vaccinated, it's not that much of a chance that you be hospitalized or sick or even death. But there's something that you still have to work on. And even if you're not going to wear your mask, just be careful, watch your surroundings, and make sure that you wear your mask, especially if you're going to do mass transit or if you're going to fly or something. But
yeah.
yeah, so that's a new thing that we're talking about, that Delta variant. It's another one. Okay, Brian, listen, I'm glad you made it anyway. I thought you
Yeah.
were I thought you got lost in the New York fever. That's all.
No, I didn't get more. I mean, I know my way around it. New York. It was just getting to um, emergency with the fish tank, and
Yeah,
had to do maintenance on there and
yeah.
trying to get some information. I lost some of my paperwork for tonight, but I made it. I know I was going to make it. It was just a matter of how late I was going to be.
Yeah. Well, we held it down for you. But we'll see you tomorrow here on the coffee hour.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Talk to you then. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was Brian Kemp. He finally made it. I knew he'd do it. I knew he'd do it. Things happen. Things happen. But I always want to make sure I get my sports in there. But he made it. It was the latest developments in today's world of sports. And of course, he'll be back here tomorrow on the coffee hour. And we'll be doing that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I hope you join us then. And along with him, DJ Pete, because it's part of the 2020 feature. And DJ Pete will be here tomorrow too, and he'll be here talking about the entertainers and reciting all of those birthdays of all of those entertainers, as I like to call them, the people of notoriety. If you're just joining us, it's Talk Back Live. My name is Frank Allan. Of course, I'm going to be with you for the next, we've got coming up 12 more minutes. And we're going to be with you for that long. And if you're just joining us just this minute, well, you want to know what all of this madness is. We're here every Thursday night Eastern. Our time is Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, a whole hour of fun just for you and me. And of course, we get you in on conversation if you like to participate too. We like to let you have that platform. And just to let you know too that we're here on Facebook as well as YouTube. And so we simulcast each week on both of those outlets. And so if you missed one, if you're not on one, there's always the other. So there you go. And we have all kinds of information. And whatever information, please always notice, whatever information we do on Facebook, which is where we originally started, whatever we do on Facebook, you also get the same information. Everything we do on Facebook also get the information out to you on YouTube. So no one is any different. It's just the same broadcast. So we give it to you. So thank you for being along with us. And of course, as I said, we're going to be here for the next few minutes, coming up to 11 minutes to the hour right now. And of course, on Talkback Live, we bring it all to you. Thank you so much for being along. Okay, listen, as usual, I like to tell you, we give you information about our movies, right? Now, I don't know what you're going to do this weekend. I don't know what you're going to do this weekend. I hope that whatever you do, that your weather is good, you can do it, and you do it safely, of course. But, some people want to stay home for the weekend, and some people in certain areas may have inclement weather where it will prevent them from going out. So if you do have that, you can definitely sit back, relax, watch some movies, and, take it easy, enjoy the family. And I have some picks that I always bring to you each week, coming from Turner Classic Movies. The Turner Classic Movies. Everybody watch Turner Classic Movies for all of those classic movies. Now I have two picks this week. two picks this week I think you're going to like. First of all, Yours, Mine, and Ours, back in 1968 with Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. That's coming on this Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yours, I don't know if you ever seen that. It's a great comedy with Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda. I love the movie. And I'm not going to give the whole movie away, but the theme was they're raising all of these kids together. She has her kids, he has their kids. They combine. It's almost like a Brady family kind of thing, the Brady Bunch kind of family. Only there are more kids involved in it. Yours, Mine, and Ours. That's Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Turner Classic Movie back in 1968. Also, here's a classic that I think you're going to like, Stormy Weather from 1943 with Bill Robinson, tap dancer Bill Robinson, and Lena Horne, also on Turner Classic Movies. And you can also check that out on Sunday as well. And that comes on at 10 p.m. I would imagine that's right after Yours, Mine, and Ours. That's Stormy Weather, Bill Robinson, and Lena Horne on Turner Classic Movies this Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern. So those are my two picks of the week. Now, there are others on Turner Classic Movies. I just picked those. And you can go on Turner Classic Movie, look at the banner, look at the scheduling, and you can just rip right through it. And you'll see there may be other movies that you may be interested to watch. You can watch them all, you know. And of course, if you don't like any of those movies, of course, you can always go on demand if you're a subscriber to cable, and you can go and check out whatever you missed. There are other movie channels you can check out. All you have to do is go, and they have the networks too. You can click onto the networks. There's maybe a show that you might have missed, and you can check it out, and that would be great. And so there you go. It's all right there on Turner Classic Movie, and you can check out if you missed, let's say, for instance, a wrestling match. Like I like them. I never missed them anyway. But if you missed some, you can always go back to the networks where they come, and you can always check out the reruns, or maybe some kind of comedy, maybe Seinfeld or something. Maybe something you're just in the mood for something. You just want to just check it out. They also have paid movies you could watch. It's all right there. But anyway, those are my picks right there from Turner Classic Movies, Yours, Mine, and Ours, Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda. Remember, that's Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And Stormy Weather with Bill Robinson and Lena Horne, a great black and white classic from 1943. And that's also on Turner Classic Movies. That's this Sunday, too, at 10 p.m. Eastern. So pop up the popcorn and break out the whistles and do everything. Just sit back and relax. Here's something I want to relate to you. There are certain TV specials that come on that I also bring out to you that I think are worthwhile too. And on Lifetime Movie Channel, you ever watch the Lifetime Movie Channel? Well, they have a 3-part series of a movie called Keeping Up with the Joneses, starring Vivica A. Fox. I love her work. I love her work, and she's got this series called it's called Keeping Up with the Joneses. Now, part 2 is on. Well, let's see. If you're in, let's see, everything is Eastern, right? So we're coming up to the second hour of the new one, of the third one. They already did the first one. That was on earlier this evening. So if you missed that, but I'm sure they'll rerun it all again. But now part 2 is on, part 2. And just to let you know, they're running it back to back to back 3 times. I think about 3 times they're running it. So you could see it if you miss any time this hour. We go off the air in just a few minutes, and you can catch maybe the last hour of it. But after that, starting the next hour after that, it will rerun again, and then after that, it will rerun again. So you won't miss it. That was called Keeping Up with the Joneses, and you keep up with it because they have one more part to do, and that's on like every Thursday until it's complete. But I'm pretty sure you know how Lifetime Movie Channel is. It just repeats. It comes back. Everything comes back. So you'll never miss it. So that's Keeping Up with the Joneses. Vivica A. Fox. I think you're going to like it. I'm going to like it. When I leave here, I'm going to check out part 2. But I can check out the one here since I'm Eastern. It'll be 10 o'clock tonight. So there you go. I like to give you all of that information. And of course, part two is going to be run through the week. So you have to keep up, just like keeping up with the Joneses. Keep up with so you don't miss it. It'll happen like through the week until the following week when they have the third part. So there you go. You have to all it's a matter of just checking out your local listings wherever you are, right? And that's it. So I like to give you all that information and make sure that you're well entertained and everything is okay. And I hope that your weather forecast is going to be great for this weekend. The weekend is coming up, and we hope everything is going to be fine. Great, great, great. I want to remind you once again that you can also get those vaccinations. We urge you to do that. Go up there, look up there. And I have that number that I told you about. That number is very simple, very easy to remember. That number is 718-638-7682. And that number will be there even after this show is over for the rerun of this show. People who get to watch it in reruns will also see that number up there. It will be there. And we keep that number up there from until this thing is totally squashed. You'll have that number for you. And of course, you have this website here in New York, which is New York NYCvaccinelist.com. That's NYCvaccinelist.com. It will give you all of the information on where to go to get vaccinated. Of course, if you want to get tested too, that's okay too. You could do that because remember, those tests don't take that long, only about 5 seconds, a quick 5 seconds, and you're out of there. And for most cases, you don't have to have an appointment. You just walk right in there and get it over with. And by all means, get vaccinated. Get it over with. Get it over with. We can't use this as a political thing. There's nothing political about it. It's just a matter of staying safe, staying healthy, and staying alive. That's the most important thing because we want you back here each week with us. So stay healthy and stay alive. I also want to tell you once again about my show. You know, heard about that show, right? That show, Blue Cafe. Well, that's my podcast. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about that just in case you missed it the first time. The Blue Cafe, I get to interview newsmakers and people of entertainment. And although we're behind right now, we don't have a lot of interviews, but we have some coming up. We'll have more coming up. And we'll let you know when they come up, but we're backlogged right now. But in the meantime, we do have some there right now that I've done in the past. And if you haven't had a chance to see them, please go there or hear them, go there. And it's the Blue Cafe. I did one, and the last one I did was with Bobby Rydell. Bobby Rydell, you remember him from especially that movie. He's well known for his singing, but you remember him from Bye Bye Birdie. Well, that's the same Bobby Rydell, and I did one with him. It's an hour show. I also did one with Jimmy Clanton prior to that. And Jimmy Clanton, he's one of the 50 idols, 1950s idols. And of course, Bobby Wilson, who is the son of Jackie Wilson, and he looks just and sounds just like his father. And so I had fun doing those interviews, and I'm going to have fun doing more. And as I said, I will let you know when they will come on, when we have them all set up and ready to go. But in the meantime, keep up with it. And check out those other 3 interviews that I told you about at your own convenience. All you have to do if you're watching us on Facebook is go up there in the subject area at the very bottom, and it says the Blue Cafe, and underneath it or next to it, it has the direct link, and you can press on, and it will take you right there, and you'll see all 3 of those interviews, and you can listen to them at your own convenience. Okay, and that's all you have to do. And for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, go to the chat area at the very top. It has all of that information there. And while you're at it, you can take down, as you can see, my email address and my telephone number. If you want to get in touch with me personally, you can do that by using one of those sources. And of course, if you have any suggestions about the show, or even if you just want to say hi, that's good too, because we'll be glad to talk to you, okay? And that's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on the Coffee Hour. Brian Camp will be here, and DJ Pete for the 2020 feature. Brian with sports and DJ with entertainment. And all of us will be here together. And we look forward to seeing you then. Otherwise, I will be back here next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for more Talk Back Live. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful morning, afternoon, good evening, and by all means, a good night.